school basketball postseason.
Calumet Painting and Restoration, the nicest building on Columbia Avenue in Hammond. They put a lot of time and effort into that.
Yes.
Your name, sir?
My name's Ricardo Suarez. I'm the president and owner of Calumet Painting and Restoration, and also Serenity Baths. And we always say everybody deserves a little serenity in their life. Find yours at serenitybaths.com.
And this segment is paid for by the good folks at Calumet Painting and Restoration and Serenity Baths. If you would like to have your business highlighted like Ricardo does on a regular basis, you get a hold of Adriana with 2 N's at WJOB1230.com, and she will double book you with everybody else. How does that sound? That's not funny. Come on. Look at him.
It happens. Yeah, we make mistakes, you know.
It's
just
look, he won't laugh because he doesn't want to throw Adriana under the bus.
Yeah.
Actually, I think this one was on me, to be honest with you, and that I told Hunter it was okay to put somebody in there. So I apologize to you. It was not her. It was me.
No problem. I got to meet the chef out there.
Hugo and Maria.
Hugo, yes. Very, very nice
What's
people.
their last name? Ariata.
Yeah.
Ariata.
At 1040, 1040, I think is the name.
Yeah, so they, they
very
do
nice,
they have, when the dude, Joe Trauma, was there for like 30 plus years left, they had to continue providing quality, and they were able to do it. Awesome. You know, when we redid these chairs, we kind of screwed it up. We're not looking at each other.
I know. So, I have a designer that works for me. Maybe I get her in here. Just make the place out for you guys.
You could get up and turn toward me a little bit or something. Yeah. I'm like, we need to put the table in between you. And now we can't even see each other. There you go. All right, much better.
Okay, all right. Good
so,
enough.
Hey, we're at the old studios.
Is this a permanent location for you guys now?
We want to do kind of up your alley. The guy out there is building a brand new TV studio.
Oh.
You could see the background's already in.
Yeah.
We're going to put the lights in next.
Oh.
And then we will put a massive table with a glass top to it.
Oh, okay.
And we're trying to give life to a building that was built in the 1950s.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do it before. But that sports network we have, they don't need any space. They work remotely. They just go to games.
Okay.
So it's just radio here. That's all there is.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not very many people. We don't even heat. We don't even heat 4,000 square feet over there.
Over there. Yeah.
Hey, how's the water running? By the way.
I never got a chance to look at it.
You didn't go.
Well, I got
wait
sidetracked.
a second.
I got
so,
sidetracked.
hey, Cimino, this is how this works. I go to my friend. He's talking to Maria and Hugo. I go, hey. It was really cold last night, and I just get a little, spooked about leaving the water on. So I turned the water off overnight, and I forgot to turn it on. I turned it on, and I go, hey, can you go check in the bathroom? He's like, yeah, I got it. Here, he starts talking to Maria and Hugo, and who knows what's going on in that bathroom.
Could be all iced up at this point, yeah. But, I just got sidetracked, and if you had it running right, I'm sure it's running fine. I'll check it on the way out.
Hey, let's start with there, okay? Calumet Painting and Restoration, what do you do?
We do a lot of different things. But we started as painting, painting contractors, home painting contractors, and our company has evolved. We started doing all the carpentry work, in other words, like all the repairs. We don't do a ton of drywall, but we can do it. I mean, drywall and painting basically are the same trades, So all of that kind of work, textures, and we did a lot of full finishes at one time, decorated finishes. And then we kind of evolved to doing condominium associations on the exterior side, and now we kind of trying to evolve more into the high-rise condos where we can go in and take care of their common spaces. And then that kind of along that, we started evolving into doing bathrooms. We've always done them, but we kind of went more public with it now that we can do the one-day baths. We say one day, but in as little as one day is really the way to say it. And then we also do kitchens, too. We can do kitchens. And so we've really kind of pushed that other side of it, the more of the remodeling side or the home improvement side. But we always say that we are general contractors, actually licensed in Hammond and a lot of other places. And we always kind of say that we are general contractors with a painter's eye, So we're always looking at the end result. We always look with I guess we could say we're always looking with the end in mind is where we start the business,
So before we go into whatever's on your agenda here, I do want to hit that little part.
Sure.
You may be listening to this at another time, but we are in the middle of one of the coldest cold snaps.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets this cold, but
Yeah.
it doesn't usually stay this cold
Right.
this long.
Yeah, you're right.
What do you say to homeowners and some of the stuff they should be doing right now and looking at?
Well, it's a great time really to do like the bathrooms and stuff right now because it's inside or the kitchen, remodels. If you're looking at that kind of stuff, we're offering 15% discounts. We're kind of like everybody else, most of the home improvement guys. There's usually a lull around Christmas into the first of the year. About this time, it's still slow. So, we're looking for more work to keep our guys busy. So we're offering 15% discounts. And that would be on any painting work or any baths. And that all you got to do is book it by the end. I believe I got it here. You got to just book it by the end of February. And then you just got, you have the whole year to complete it. And any time during the rest of the year, you can complete it and receive that 15% off.
So, bathrooms right now. So in other words, interior work is kind of is a good time to do it right now because you do. I know you paint a lot of exteriors, and that was where you started.
Sure.
And so kitchens too right now.
Yeah.
What's popular in kitchens right now?
Most of the kitchens, like we do a lot of repainting of kitchen cabinets, and so
do you take them off and repaint them, or do you paint them on?
We take the doors off. We kind of seal the room up, take the doors off, bring the doors and the drawers back to the shop, and we take all of the hardware off and all that good stuff, clean them, sand them, prime them, and then we paint them. Colors always kind of change, maybe next time I come, I'll bring you the color of the year. Like Sherwin-Williams will have a color of the year.
What is it?
I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest with you. I could
remember for like 5 years it was hunter green.
Yeah.
It was the ugliest thing, man. If you got a hunter green bathroom, you're like, dude, you did that in like 98, didn't you?
My mom was avocado green. Everything was avocado green.
Yes.
Oh, my God, yeah. The refrigerator, the stove, whatever. But I don't pick colors, and I try not to be critical of them because I've been stumped many times where people told me they wanted to do something in a certain color, and I'd say, are you sure? Thinking it wouldn't work, and then when it'd get done, I realized that they had a better eye, and a better eye than I did, and then some of the stuff they did, like we did a red floor one time, and man, if I would have bet my paycheck that they made a mistake painting it red, and I would have lost my paycheck because it was probably the best and most dramatic change I've ever seen in a floor. It was unbelievable.
Have you ever seen what we did out there? We painted the floor black.
Which here?
Yeah.
Where was that? I didn't see
You didn't notice it?
Didn't notice it, no.
And I didn't realize this, but the guy who's building the studio for us, he's like, this is what they do at major studios so that it absorbs and you're not reflecting or whatever. I go, man, you know how dirty that's going to get and what that's going to look like? And he's like, hey, dude, this floor needs to be black. And he painted it black, and it looks great.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, sometimes it's surprising. Some people have a real good eye at it to see how all the colors work together. That's why I kind of leave that up to my designer or the homeowners. Sometimes the homeowners have their own people that help them. Some homeowners have a really good eye, and they know exactly what they want, and they've seen it before somewhere else. And so I don't pick colors for people. My job is to make sure all the paint sticks and all of that stuff, right? So.
Joe is living in his mom and dad's house. They moved and his dad got transferred, and Joe's there, and they're going to sell their house. What do you tell someone that's looking to sell their house?
It's funny you said that because the chef I was talking to there, Hugo, they were talking about the same thing. They're thinking about moving to another house, and basically, I've done a lot of them over the years, and there's some realtors out there, and they maybe disagree with me, but I just believe that the biggest mistake that a lot of homeowners make is they try to do too much when they're moving it out. I think you just need to clean the place up, keep it clean, make everything kind of a neutral color, make sure everything's working. Do one or two things, like make sure the windows are working, all that good stuff, clean everything up, and then you could paint it all up, and then give the next person that comes in is going to have a clean slate to work with. And then, the problem to me, a lot of people will start accenting walls out, this and that, which may look really good to me and to them, but maybe the person that's coming in doesn't necessarily like that, and could be a turnoff to them. So I will say you don't want to, you don't want to influence anybody not to buy your house. I would say just keep it neutral, and then let the prospective buyer kind of imagine what that house can look like once he moves in. They're going to do it anyway, so.
What's like, say, a neutral hallway? What do you mean by neutral?
Well, you want to say like in the in the lighter
like a light beige or a light gray.
I would say ceilings white, and then any of the lighter colors to me would be fine. Real light gray would be fine. Beiges, or light creamy colors would probably be fine. You could probably talk to a realtor. They could probably tell you exactly what colors work. But I think those, to me, would be, nothing that's offensive to anybody, and then because they're going to, do whatever they're going to do anyway, the new buyers, so.
That's,
And think about all the money you'd save from not doing all the extra work. And I'm not trying to talk myself out of business.
I was going to say, because, it becomes like, all right, should I paint my house for however many thousands of dollars?
Yeah.
Will I get that back? But the other side of that question is, can I really sell it when it hasn't been painted for 25 years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're almost,
right.
It's almost kind of like, what about your house? When was the last, did you guys do any painting or anything or what?
We did, not necessarily like repainting everything.
Yeah.
I think it was more like just kind of filling in
the holes,
like,
cracks,
cracks.
Yeah.
Like, I threw my phone through the wall one time, so we had to get that fixed and painted over.
There's a story there, but we won't go there right now.
No, we don't want to go there. But
you must have thrown it pretty hard for it to go into the drywall?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it got stuck in the drywall.
So in other words, you threw your phone with your fist or just the phone?
Just the phone.
That sounds like he wanted a new phone, and his parents says you ain't getting one. He says if I break it, they're going to have to buy me one, so I think
that's what comes to your mind.
Yeah, I think so. Well, he's not arguing with me.
No, that's definitely not the story behind it.
Yeah.
I
have 5 kids. That's why I know how stuff works.
Hey, so
I'm actually an only child, so I'm spoiled.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to beg for that kind of stuff. I usually just get it.
Ricardo, Hugo, and Maria leave here after their show, right? And I come in. I do another half-hour show. And I walk out, and Hugo and Maria are still standing there talking to this guy, man. He's just
we were talking business, because he's in the same business, and actually he's a harder business than mine. I mean, the hardest business you can be in is a catering or restaurant business, because you wearing all the hats.
You're working long hours.
And you're working there, yeah. You're the marketing guy, the salesperson, everything. Quality control, everything is all on one person, so you just kind of switch hats out. I delegate that stuff. We have real good staff people. I think it's one of the reasons we've been successful, that I've been able to, over the years, I told them I was lucky. I'm a retired fireman. We've talked about that. I was able to have a paycheck coming in all the time. I did some work at the station, did my estimates and all that, and then we'd go out the next 2 days and get the work done. But I always had that to fall back on. I had health insurance and all that. That's a huge difference. to be out there on your own, that everything's dependent on how your business is going for your livelihood. That you talk about, you know. Having some nightmares at night, I guess. You know,
you are correct, man.
Trying to make payroll and all that. Well, you know, you're
payrolls. I think tomorrow, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, right.
Already?
Yeah.
But you know, health insurance. You know, they run their own company, and so you guys were talking about that.
Yeah.
I guess where I was leading with that is like. You don't really go out on the sales calls as much anymore, do you?
I do all the commercial, not all of them, but pretty much the bigger ones. I was going to start letting it out, and then I talked to one of my network guys, and he looked at me. He was a coach. He's a business coach. Not my business coach, but a business coach. He looked at me and goes, don't do that. He goes, you know what you're doing. You ain't going to get nobody else to know how to do it like you know how to do it. Just keep that part of it and then give all the other, which is what I do now, all of the residential. Like you met Jean when she was here, and I have a couple other salespeople. So I got 3 salespeople and myself. I take the bigger jobs, the commercial ones, and then they get all the other ones.
Well, they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
The bigger ones.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's, you know, Hugo and, well, actually they want to talk to Maria usually.
Yeah, right.
But they want to talk to one, they're like kind of the same thing. They're married couple running their business.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing here.
Yeah.
My guys will be like, God, I tried to get a meeting with this person forever, and all you did is call them up, and you got a meeting by the afternoon.
Yeah.
I go, here's the thing. A lot of times they just want to talk to me, and that's how it is.
Yeah,
it's nothing against you.
Right.
It's just how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to go straight to the source, so there's nothing, you know.
So what else? I mean, I know you got a couple things you want to hit.
Yeah.
We're talking right now about Calumet Painting and Restoration. They're on Columbia Avenue, and the phone number over there is
219-844-7501. And you could find us at calumetpainting.com or serenity-baths.com. Look at our logo. Can you see that? Nice
that is
logo.
nice.
It is really nice, isn't it?
Not everyone's going to like that color scheme.
Well,
it's kind of an aqua with purple, and you really got to go deep.
That's what I don't like right now. I just say don't like, but that's one thing. Are you going to have a TV in here eventually or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I could put because
yeah,
Adriana would always put my logo up when I was there.
Yeah. Well, we didn't want to. There's no room in here. Yeah. This is all temporary.
Yeah.
They're putting a whole slew of TVs out there.
Okay. Well, we'll get that. I'll forward that, and we can do a whole bath.
So Serenity and Calumet Painting or Calumet Restoration are separate?
We are separate companies. They're actually under our umbrella. You know, it's just, we're all the same people. We just separated because we want to. Let's put it this way: if you're going online looking for a bath, you don't look for a painter to do your bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay.
So we want to be separate in that sense. That if you're looking for a bath, you go to serenitybaths.com, and then they'll take you to our website and all that good stuff. You'll see jobs we've done and all that good stuff. That's kind of like a work in progress. I'm sure you understand that part of it, the technology part and getting everything up and running. So, but we have a lot of customers, and so we're working real hard to make sure even our customers know that we do that. You know, they've always known we've done more custom kind of baths where we did the old tile. We start from the ground up, do the tile, and we would even build the tub, the pan with cement and start from there. You know, that's about a 2-week process where we can get in and kind of change all that, put real nice acrylic colors and all that, and in about 2 to 3 days we're out of there. You know, so big difference. And it's just people are limited by the amount of time they can spend at home watching. I guess some people don't watch in their home unless they're there. So the other thing is like in Whiting, or I would say Whiting, but the older homes up north, all those homes typically only have one bath, so like you're like under pressure to get to flip that back over.
They're going down they're going down to the laundry tub, and they're getting in the laundry tub, and you don't really get that hot of water in the laundry tub, so you're gonna be done with that soon.
Yeah. So
what do you got against Whiting?
No, I love Whiting. Whiting's a really cool town. I lived in Whiting for many years, and I've always enjoyed it. I thought it's a great community. It's like a hidden gem, really. Like you could drive through in and out and not even, you'd blow right by there and not even realize it's there. But once you turn down 119th, it just has its own feel to it. They do a great job up there. I've always thought that Whiting was a nice community to live in.
Yeah, but you're right about the one bathroom.
Yeah.
In my Van Gorp Plumbing used to be my family, and they every once in a while go into a house or something, and they put the plumbing in the 30s or the 40s.
Yeah.
But it was always just one bath in all these Hessville old houses and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, of course, a lot of them put a second bath downstairs, and they gotta get the basically the pump to kick it up a little bit so they can get up to the sump level,
the sump
above,
level.
to the pipe that goes out to the street.
Sewer,
but they just had one, man.
Yeah, I know.
And if you had to go and someone was in there, you just got to figure it out.
It's like having, they've evolved in building homes because even just like the washer and the dryer, they're down in the basement, and you always say, why? My dirty clothes are in my bedroom upstairs. Why isn't it up there? Where I could just walk across the hall and throw my wife.
When was the last time you saw a brand new house built with the washer and dryer?
They
in
don't
the
do
basement?
them anymore.
They don't do it.
No, right.
They might have a full massive basement, and all that's down there is the furnace.
Right.
That's
right,
it.
Right. So they
and a water heater.
But you go to Whiting, and they're all in the basement.
Exactly. These guys are hanging out down there. That's how you get your basement fixed up. You're sitting there waiting for your laundry, and you're like, man, I could do this. I could do that.
Yeah. Well, it's also, you remind me of old things. We were, I don't know how you grew up, but I grew up in North Hammond, and you never went in the front door of anybody's house.
Oh.
It was like, like they'd give you brain power where they grab your hair and pull your hair, and they say, you don't come in the front door, you come in through the back door. And even my older friends, when they got to be 40 and 50, they'd be knocking on the basement door. I go, dude, you can go through the front door, but it's just one of those habits.
Or they come in the front door, it's like, are you sure? And then the first thing they're doing is they're taking their boots off.
Right. That's just the way it was. Yeah.
You know what? You're wearing boots.
Yeah.
It's. I think as we're recording this, when we started, it was 2 degrees.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of snow out there.
Yeah.
I shoveled it, but there's still some snow out there.
Yeah.
So I put my boots on, and you got your boots on.
Yeah.
And but you'd be surprised. Like I go to my Uncle Danny's, and everybody walks in and takes their shoes off, and I'm like.
Yeah.
Do I got to take my shoes off,
the boots
man?
are hard to take off.
Come on, man. I'm only going to be here a half an hour. This is going to take me 5 minutes to take them off and put them on.
Well, that brings me to something. When we go in people's homes, we require salespeople to put booties on. I think it just shows respect for the person's home that you're in, or sometimes I take my boots off or my shoes knowing, back when I was doing more of the residential, and sometimes I would forget that I had a measure call or a sales call, I'll go measure the house. And then I would, as I was taking my shoes off, I'd always say, man, I hope I didn't put that pair of socks that has a hole in it.
Exactly.
And son of a gun, if I didn't, and I'd be trying to hide, be putting my other foot on top of the hole so they couldn't see it. It happens.
And not only that, my feet kind of stink.
Yeah, so
I got sticky feet. I'm like, I don't want to take my shoes off.
It happens. That's
we're gonna eat here, right?
Those are part of the trials and tribulations of a salesperson. Yeah, it is what it is.
Hey, I really appreciate you paying me to do this show and letting me screw around while we're here. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Part of it is. Just to circle around about Calumet Painting or Calumet Painting and Restoration and Serenity Baths, even now with Maria and Hugo, you built a relationship. Yeah. And even in this age of like social media and now AI, a lot of what you do is that people are going to trust you. That's why you're best of the region and that kind of thing. But that becomes, you got to have that basis for a building of trust.
Yeah. Well, I had to teach myself. Well, I didn't teach myself. I had somebody else teach me how to be a salesperson. But that changed my life really, in my business life. And one of the first things I learned, and what my mentor taught me, was that people buy from people they trust. And if you can make them trust you, they're going to buy from you because there's no reason for them not to. As long as your price is not, in outer space somewhere, they can understand it. And when you level with them and tell them that we can work on the number, we can figure out a way to get in their budget, and then you execute what you said you're going to do, then you just to get repeat business. It's just there's nothing. It's not nothing magical. There's no magic bullet. It's just that you have to build a relationship, like you said. Like that's what I was doing out there talking to them, because I was thinking about, we do a lot of parties, Super Bowl parties and stuff in my shop, and Christmas party for the employees, and we like catering. And I was asking him if he could cater my parties, and he said no, because he doesn't do that. I mean, he doesn't have the manpower to send food out. And so we came to agreement. I'll go pick up the food. He said I could do that. And so
there you go.
Yeah, we were doing a little business out there.
In the meantime, you sold them a one-day bath,
we
right?
did. Well, no, they're moving, and they asked me if I can go look at their house to paint their house, because they're thinking about painting their house.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Hey, if you made a sale here today, I want commission.
Well, I would, but you double booked me, so I'm a half hour late. I would have thought about it, but no.
You know what? You know who called me today? First call at 6:05 this morning.
Steve Stanek.
Oh, he called me, and he loves calling. He goes, "Hey, how's the weather out there?"
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's going to be 76 degrees here today.
Yeah, he always does that.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, he texts me that sometimes,
yeah.
but he did it almost like to burnish people with
so
it.
it's 4 in the morning out there. You got to realize.
Yeah,
that.
it's 4 in the morning.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing up?
He's
probably
up.
running. Probably going for a run.
He goes, I've been waiting to call you.
Yeah.
I go, do you mean you've been up since 3:30? Yeah. I'm going to go for a run.
Yeah, he's a special person. Actually, I miss him. I think I'm going to go this year out there and go visit him.
Yeah, what we won't do is you and me and him
Yeah,
go
that
out
would be-
there.
that would be
just be
dangerous.
too
It'd be
dangerous.
dangerous,
Hey, listen, Calumet Painting is 219-844-7501.
Yep.
It's a great time to get a good deal. He likes to keep his people busy. It's not always that easy to keep them busy in February, March, and April.
Yep.
Of course, they do a lot of outdoor painting jobs, and
Yep.
you can't get a bathroom
Yep.
in May, June, July, and August, but you can get one right now.
So let me just throw something in real quick. It's a good time. We're going to be doing some shows coming up, and typically once we're done with our home shows, which is like the middle of March, late March, middle of March, somewhere in there, we typically are booked out 8 to 12 weeks at that time for exterior work. So if you want to get some work done, like in the spring, early spring, now would be the time to get us out there and look at your house. We can give you a quote. And then, if you decide you want us to do the work, we can get you scheduled in like in early May and that kind of stuff when the weather turns. So it's an opportunity for you. We're doing some shows, if I can throw this out there. February 14th and 15th will be at the Porter County Fairgrounds. February 21st and 22nd will be in the Tinley Park Convention Center. That's right down 80 is that first exit, and I also forget what the name of the street is there. It's at the South Convention Center, South Suburban Convention Center there. Nice facility. The Blue Chip Casino will be at March 7th and 8th in Michigan City. And then on March 7th also we'll be at Wilbur Wright Middle School. Munster has a little home improvement show there. Really nice. There's, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 vendors in there. It's a smaller scale one, but you can get there. And one thing about going to home shows, if the people are listening that are looking at getting anything done, whether it's painting or plumbing or you name it, it gives you an opportunity to go there and meet people, see who you're going to be dealing with. You might connect with somebody, and you might realize that, hey, you know what, I don't really like the guy, or I don't really like the way they do business. You know what I mean? So it gives you an opportunity to do that out front instead of waiting for someone to show up at your house and then realizing that you made, it's not a good fit for you. So I always tell people, go out there and talk. There's no pressure on you there. They can most of the contractors can show you what they can do, and then you make the decision from there. So any of those shows, come and visit us. We'll give you a free gift if you mention that you heard it on WJOB, and we'll just go from there.
He's Ricardo Suarez and Calumet Painting and Restoration and Serenity Baths. Thanks a lot. If you want to highlight your business, all you got to do is get a hold of Adriana with 2 N's at WJOB1230.com. Thanks a lot, Ricardo.
Hey, no problem. Good to see you.
Thanks a lot to Joe Cimino for producing, and thanks to you for listening on the Voice and Face of the Region.
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett,